my crypto queen. She knows the scene, turning zeros into heroes. It's my digital dream. We check the charts, those candles are green. Leverage it up, stacking it up. Now my back's obscene. Yes, I've done by some meme coins. Got rug pulled once or twice. I spent too much money. Crypto took over my life. I must confess, monetary distress. I need more dry powder so I can stack up on these treasure chests. This bull run we gon' live like kings. But for right now it's going on a credit card. Oh no, no. Yeah, we about to make wife changing money. Been in the game since 2018. We were scrubs, now we 18. Wrist loaded with the bling, bling, bling. Pulling more hoes than my boy Charlie Sheen. Got B&B at $4, Solana $2. When P. Peg $1. We was po, now we the borrower. Wife changing money. Hey, drop that beat, dog. Wife, changing money, changing my
Hello again. We're back on a Friday. Little impromptu show. We just decided let's go jump on. Let's go get in the studio. So here we are. It's another One Pulse show. It's your live PulseChain update. I'm your host Taurus.
And I'm Larry.
And we got some green candles today. We're gonna go check it out. A couple little videos. Yeah, thanks for being here. We appreciate your presence. Let's climb on in and we'll get the show started in just a moment.
Good.
Oh yeah. Back again. Hasn't been that long.
No? And we got green candles.
24 hours. Yeah, we got the green candles today. Woo! So we're always loving that. We're here to bring it to you.
That means we stay above that going down.
Well, we needed some green candles because we were dragging on the bottom there.
We were. I think this is the second bounce up or something. We'll have to check the charts in a minute. But it's been skipping along the bottom, and this is an up skip. So this could take us out, or we could skip some more.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder what's going to happen with the stuff across the water. Seems like it was calming down. But then now,
at this point, it seems like a big show.
Yeah.
And I haven't been looking too much into it lately, actually, so I don't know what's going on.
There's all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, I think they just stopped reporting it. That's why I was thinking, the American people right now, they're at a space now where the way...
I just don't want to hear it.
Well, you're right. So like the average American, like the way that we live life here in America, it's not necessarily sustainable. And to keep this quality that we're at, they have to get the oil. And so I think if you were to ask the people,
we're out of oil.
Like, hey, you're either we got to go get this oil, however we got to get it, or your quality of life has to go down, or what you would feel would be probably go down a bit. And I think they would say, yeah, do what you have to do. Just don't tell me about it. Once they get accustomed to a certain way of life, and in your mind, you start thinking that this is how it has to be, or you're going to suffer.
Right.
Then you suffer.
Like those people in Iraq have been living there for a long, long time. And so they're saying, we're going to cut off your oil for like 3 months and you're going to hurt. It's like, I think this is going to be a long one, or else we pull out.
That's what she said.
No. It's either going to be a long one, or he's got to pull out.
Yeah. But yeah, we got some green candles, so I guess some people are buying, huh? There's some...
I don't know what makes green candles.
Yeah, it's supposed to be more buying than selling.
Yeah, but did Joe Schmo know to do this? Or like who's doing the buy-in? Or is it liquidity bonding? Or are we just following stocks? Or who decides? I don't understand how the price moves personally.
Well, it's supposed to be when there's more buying than selling, but who knows, right?
I guess. The thing is, like, so much of Hex is locked out. 90% of Hex is locked out, and the price is this low. It's like, how is that possible?
Yeah, and it just kind of, it'll keep going lower, and you're like, how? Yeah. I don't know, man. You're right. Who knows? Not us, but we're here to talk about it.
Yeah, but we got green candles today.
Well, you got green candles.
You got green jacket? Is that sort of greenish?
No, that's just the way the colors are coming on. It's gray.
Okay. It's gray, yeah.
Is it gray? Although like a green hue would be kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's go check out the charts then. We've arrived. This is the 24-hour charts we're looking at because we were just here 24 hours ago. And we're up 5.02% today on PulseChain, pricing at 0.0000784, 50784. We'll just run over them real quick, check them out, because we were just here yesterday, and we might even be here again on the weekend. Who knows? Although it is Mother's Day this Sunday. Don't forget about that.
So this is our second leg up after hitting the bottom. So however many times we got to do it. Oh, look at it. It's aiming right for that green line too.
Let's see.
Could happen.
Zoom in here. So this will be.
I think that there's so much stuff happening.
Go back to the beginning of the year.
And maybe AI accelerates the timeline a little bit.
This is to I'm gonna take it. What the?
Because I think that there's a lot of stuff coming to Ethereum, like New York Stock Exchange. They're planning on it coming to the Ethereum in the fourth quarter. So we're so close to that line. It's kind of interesting. The thing is, as you pull the channel, it keeps moving.
Yeah, well, I wanted to get like January. Here we go. Just wanted to kind of see what it's been looking like for the year so far, which has been a downward trend, as you can see. Whoa, 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 whoa. And it came down to make the new all-time low. Same pop over here. It wanted to play with the all-time low right here. Didn't quite make it.
Yeah, we've been low for a long time.
It is, as this regression channel goes out here, it's getting a little wider. So like this blue area gets larger.
How about draw a line real quick?
Straight one?
Yeah. Okay. And go from and make a channel for the last section.
You want me to draw it? Or you said straight?
Oh, maybe we can do a regression channel. There you go. Let's just do a trend. And then grab it back here on February 10th or something like that. Bottom red there. Yeah, right there.
Or down there? Or
grab that, yeah.
at the bottom wick, or?
It doesn't matter. It measures side to side. Okay, then go to March. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. No, actually go right there.
There?
One more left. There. Okay. And then have one from April, or actually March 30th. March. Yeah, right in there. Like April 1st. Yeah, that's fine. Keep going. To now. So those are the two lines I was thinking are areas of resistance.
Well, and you could...
That kind of channel, somewhere in there, those lines, if we had a horizontal line there.
See, it's coming down, and then now it's looking like it's...
So yeah, it's starting to turn.
Yeah, maybe that'll be on its way up now.
Yeah, because one was steeper. The whole thing's steep. That's a little less steep, and then that's flat. It's slightly up.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell in those two regressions, though, that it gets flatter. And so maybe that's where, like you're saying, that's the bottom, and then it'll start working its way back up.
Yeah.
Could be cool. I mean, who knows? We don't know.
Yeah.
But it does seem like we were due for some green candles because the price was so low.
So the amount burned in PulseX is 8.94. Did that go up? Do you think since yesterday?
PulseX, no, it's still 9.4. Yeah, that's the same.
It's interesting. I think UpX is burning faster, maybe.
It might be.
It's interesting.
Yeah, so PulseX right now, it's up 5.45%. Pricing at 0.0000586. It's 1 to 1.34 of a PLS. So it's moving away a little bit. It was like around 1 to 1.2. This one seems like it even played out a little more, like it's already a little more flat.
Yeah.
Than Pulse was.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Same sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one. We don't need to spend a whole lot of time on this.
Yeah, I was just going to pull it.
It's not up that much, but it's not on the bottom.
But the big mover of the day.
Look at that, 7% now.
9.77% up.
Yeah. What's still climbing?
That's incentive token, 35.5 cents. Oh, that is the daily. Why does that look weird? All right. It's going back to May last year, so that's about a year right there. Or that is a year. It's also flat too here, so I mean, maybe that's the bottom.
It's all the same. They're all bonded. Cool.
PHEX up 5.86%.
Yeah.
0.00132 today. The one that started it all.
Nice and flat. It's been going flat for a long time, it looks like.
Since
They had a little jump in there.
March. End of March.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Especially with PulseChain and how these coins are bonded, like you're saying. How do they move?
Well, the thing is, so like,
Is someone
what happens
buying all
when
of
they're
them?
bonded that
Like-
creates this effect is, so if you have 50-50 of hex and pulse, and so if it gets cheaper, oh man, now I gotta think. If it gets cheaper to buy it when it's, let's say, hex to pulse, and then you have pulse to pulse X, okay? And so if hex goes down in price, then that means pulse goes up. You get more pulse, or you get less. So if hex goes down, your tokens are worth less. So you get. Now I'm just.
Are you talking about liquidity?
Yeah,
and permanent
I know
loss?
how to explain it, but not right now.
It is Friday.
It is Friday.
Let's go.
Basically, what he's saying is you have the two coins. The one that's getting bought more of, you don't get that one. You get more of the other one.
Right. And the thing is, then the ratio of that's between those two, hex and pulse. Okay. Then you have the pulse and pulse X. Well, because now you have more pulse, then that throws off the balance over on all the other prices, because you can go buy pulse because the whole pair went down. You can go buy pulse cheaper over on hex pair. So they sort of balance each other out. That's a whole effect of Hart's Law.
Nice. It's the EHEX chart there.
And the bots do that. So when the bots see that they can get a better deal between hex and pulse than they can between pulse and pulse X, then they go over there. And because they're just looking for some pulse, but they don't care which pair they get it from.
Yeah.
And so when they buy it from the other pair, then it balances out the price a little bit.
There's the EHEX chart. It's looking like, let's see here. It's looking like,
There they are. Special guest.
special guest.
Yeah.
We're going to check out the F and Hangout for a minute and see what Captain RG3 and their special guest,
Big K.
Big K, Big Kurkowski from back in the day. Let's
rewind it.
You want to rewind?
And go at 1.25. 1.25.
This is, and then I started, okay, like reverse engineer your thinking here, and
We got it.
and throw it in AI first, and see what AI says about this. And AI just was it was a winner. And then I said, okay, quit blowing smoke up my ass, AI, like you always do, and give me an honest, this is bullshit, blah, blah, you know. And it kept saying, no, these things are highly successful. They have stickability. They're useful. People aren't going to want to throw them away. And it's like you're taking a book out of the old real estate marketing, where they would drop a notepad off at your house with their little picture and their phone number on it, and you keep the notepad until you use the notepad up. You know, sitting by the old days, the phone. But you know, you always need a notepad, and the doodle pad is great because it's a never ending notepad, right?
Yeah. Oh no, it's great.
So,
I mean, whatever you can do to get in people's heads, you know, your brand one way or another is crucial. And it's something that, like, you know, like you said, your regular notepads are going to get thrown away, or, you know, they're just not used at the phone anymore. You know, that's not so,
personally, I use notepads all
even
the time.
new, the magnetized version one that sticks right on your fridge. Super awesome. It works for all sorts of things.
Yeah, we're almost done getting out all of the non-magnetic ones.
Nice.
It sucks. So we got this printer, right? And it's like we've got the Ferrari one in there, and then we bought the Lamborghini one over here, or the Bugatti. And what it does is you can put the doodle pads in a magazine, and it takes the whole doodle pad and spits them out, right? Wow. And we had to get special paper on the doodle pads for it so the ink would stick. Well, we ran the motherfucker through, and the magnets grabbed inside the printer. They get stuck in the printer, so we couldn't use it. So if anyone's looking for a printer, really printer, we've got a printer that we can't use. But yeah, so it's been like just a million of those things that we've had to deal with, you know, from, I mean, customs and shipping and USPS and you know, how to get these things here, and you know, no pallet, no dock, you know, how do you get a warehouse that you can afford to, you know, put all these things in and all that kind of stuff. Because I mean, even though California is a great central location to get these things out, and you know, we got the harbor here, and it's pretty inexpensive to ship them from the harbor to here, it's still logistically
it's an insane nightmare logistically. I mean, all that stuff is, and like you said, each time you figure something out, you like, it's actually harder to do. You get excited because you got the warehouse, but then you don't have the right dock or whatever. You know, you get excited because we got the kick-ass label maker, and then the magnet sticks. You know, like, oh my gosh.
And the other one's been back 3 times to get fixed.
Oh my gosh.
And the thing's badass. So it'll punch out about 900 labels in 10 minutes.
Damn. That is fast.
And those are high quality labels. They come out real nice. And then we've got the peelers. So we were literally trying to engineer a jig to like turn and put them on the deals.
Yeah.
And so we were trying to come up with all kinds of shit, and then, you know, like just scrapped everything, because it turned out where human beings are faster. We have these label rollers that just spit off. It peels the label, and you just grab it. Bam, bam. Some of these guys are fast. Like they get really fast. They're like,
it's a real Paul Bunyan situation there. You're like, who's going to win that? Who's going to win the race?
Studio looks nice.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of Mexicans that, you know, shout out to them all. We got them coming out here, and some of them have drove all the way out and like slept in their cars and stayed in their vans, and like awesome. Lived in the parking lot and eat out of our fridge and stuff, and you know, and do labels for a week or so and then bail. And so it's been cool seeing the Mexicans come to the table and actually get some work done. You know, got them throwing boxes, sweating. You know, when we have the container come in,
well, there's
like you know, 15, 20 Hexagons that show up and they're just whoa, throwing
That's
boxes.
awesome.
Like 1,700 boxes each
Dude,
time.
my heart goes out to all those folks doing that, because that's not. I mean, you're showing up volunteer work to just you know, shovel boxes.
But no community does this kind of stuff.
So
man.
awesome, so awesome.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you look at like the XRP guy, Army, and you look at, you know, anybody else who's in the Solana groups or any of these other communities. And I mean, look at the stuff we've done. We've made movies. We've all traveled to London to party. We've done tours around the world. We've all, you know, done stuff that, you know, no other community has ever done.
That would have been cool
You
if we
know,
could have
we've
made
got
the
streams up
the London
wazoo
party.
and
That's true. It's true. And I mean, a lot of us,
That
you know,
would've been cool.
through thick and thin,
Those
stuck
were
it
the
out.
good
You know,
times.
this stream's been going,
That was like
you know, since the very
at
beginning.
the
And
top,
you know,
so
all that
cool.
aside, you know,
It's
there's
2 years
there's
straight
the,
out and
the
4
thing
years
that's neat
down.
about it is to see that, you know,
4.5.
other people can do a lot of that stuff, travel the world or whatever, but to see people come out
So
and
then we're what,
really
2 years in that?
support
We
the
got
good
2 more
the good
years
parts
then?
about not only
We're
this
gonna go up
community,
in a
but
straight
like
line.
the reason why we do like Hex and
It's
the
gonna
reason why we
work.
do
So
like
what are you
PulseChain is
saying?
like
You're
the
saying
ideals of
2028?
DeFi that, you know, we really have right in
Well,
this
I think
community.
it's going to
These
go up in a
products
straight line.
that are
So
not,
it's
you know,
not
you
going to
see
go
all this other stuff
up
that you have has
10,000
problems.
X
I mean, one of the biggest
in
protocols
6 months,
they
but
get
in a
drained.
year and a half, it
Yeah.
could,
serious, you know,
A
situations
year and a half,
because
that's
of
what it
these,
did last
you know,
time.
little tiny and, you know, fine-tuned details that, you know,
10,000X.
have been done
Man.
properly here. So I like seeing that. I love seeing people support it. I love seeing people like want to
Richard's
volunteer
not
for
going
the
to start
cause
it,
and do the,
but he's going to
do it for
finish
the right
it.
reasons. So
yeah, and you know, I look
At least
at
has to be one big
like the
shebang,
sentiment
right?
out there
Yeah,
about
plus he
crypto.
also has more
And obviously
Bitcoin.
the
He's got stuff
institutions
from
and
Ethereum
the
from-
banks have
Yeah.
really
All
taken over.
kinds
As
of
of last
stuff.
There's no way
week,
he's
like
gonna
three
let PulseChain
dominoes just went bam, bam,
be
bam,
a
and
dump,
now
like a
the banks
failure.
and the
There's no
institutions
way.
have a hold of
And
crypto. I mean, they got it in their
I'm
back
not
pocket
either.
Now it doesn't
Yeah, what was the point to
necessarily
it
hurt
then?
us.
You're not
You know,
either.
You
in
know?
You know?
And that's
the
why
long
we're here.
run, maybe.
These two guys here are.
We're here.
Like
talking.
we're
you
here.
know,
We're here.
They've taken over the big end of crypto so that they can use it now.
So,
now they can
let's
stock
listen to
trade.
All right.
See what
They
they
just
say.
got that last week. They got the stable coin act enacted to where now they can literally have a shadow holder of the funds that they don't have to monitor, that can create the stable coins now. So now they can hide the stable coins. They don't have to go one to one. They got stock trading, so now they can tokenize stocks. And now they just marked up the Clarity Act, and boom, that's it. They knocked it all out, and it's all done, and it's going to get signed. All these things are all now signed in, and crypto. Congratulations, guys! The institutions have just taken over crypto.
yeah,
but not DeFi.
Not DeFi. You know, that's the thing, is that like I feel like there is, you know, there's. It's gonna be interesting to see them try and actually police all of that. You know, like I'd love to see how regulation gets you know, enforced, because to me I feel like that there, you know, in crypto it's a cat and mouse thing. There's always something that's going to come out that's different than whatever, you know, the current legislation has it written. So I mean,
well,
Clarity
you know,
Act.
Brian Armstrong was all for this thing. He's like, okay, yeah, go ahead. I mean, he fought it for a minute, almost
As
like
long as no people are
whatever.
involved,
And then what's his
then
name?
they can't do
XRP.
anything. As
They
soon as you
know,
get people
it's
involved,
like they said, oh
like if
yeah, we're
there's some
good.
sort
So
of DAO or
they
something,
got a
you know,
ladder to
and-
climb up, and then they pulled the ladder up. Is what
yeah.
they did. You know,
I don't know
and,
how.
and they left us down there. And
It-
so, you know, now the CFTC is in charge of all of their shit.
They can
and
make
we've got to
laws,
fight our way
do all kinds
out
stuff.
of
They
the
want anything, they
SEC's
come shake us down.
auspices,
You're gonna
meaning
cut
that
your head off.
we
They
are
don't care.
regulated until
You're a
proven innocent
troublemaker.
again.
shake
Yeah, I
up
mean,
the-
especially the stablecoin
shake
stuff.
it
That's, you know, that's something that you knew that they were going to go after that first.
Yeah. And well, I mean, they didn't want to, the banks didn't want them to see cash flow leave the banking system and go into the stablecoin market for yield. That's what it was, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, and I get that, but you know, I mean, I understand their motivation for it. Not that I get it. and I'm happy about it, but I understand why they did what they did. They're trying to preserve their bottom line. I mean, look, their responsibility is to their shareholders, and that's what they're doing. I mean, if we thought anything otherwise, we'd be fooling ourselves. But where that leaves us is that when it comes down to it, we're the cypherpunks. We're what's left of Satoshi's vision, the cypherpunks. I mean, you and I are both from that era where we believed in all that shit.
Yeah, privacy mattered. There's a few things that are like, human rights like that are being eroded away all the time, that you hope that this sort of technology could keep safe and protect in some ways. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one nowadays, especially in the ever encroaching AI world that we're in, and the your data is being mined, in every which way that you could possibly, imagine.
Yeah. Let me say, what's up, MVS? Everybody go see MVS Crypto and Twitter and get the news in the PulseChain. It doesn't get any better than going to MVS and check him out.
What about one Pulse show?
Bad to play knots and
You
crosses.
should say hi.
Son. I guess that's like a tic-tac-toe or something. Hey, what's up, Sandy Beach, my lady? Welcome. Hey, we got Crispy Man in there. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. So back to the us being the cypherpunks and whatnot. It's like, where is everybody? Where are the old Bitcoiners, the people that launched this thing that we looked up to, that we listened to?
For some other people to.
Oh my God!
Even guys like Ross. Where you at, Ross? You got pardon? Where you at, boy? Why ain't you out here freaking advocating for us?
Yeah, at the beach somewhere. I mean, the ones that know what's up are like, I'm gonna lay low, and then it's either that or get involved with, start your bank today,
Well, I mean, we've got to, if we don't keep fighting, keep pushing, it's never gonna come to fruition.
No, I agree. And I mean, it takes people have to have the right ideas and hold on to them and believe in them for them to actually like proliferate and get out there, so having, and not only that, but then when solutions fail, as we've seen, multiple times over, having something that works, is ideally is what shows value over time too. So there's definitely things that we have going for us.
And that's just it. It works.
Yeah.
It's DeFi. Richard stayed true. When he built Hex, nobody else saw it but us, that he built a better Bitcoin, and even though it doesn't have the name recognition, doesn't have the big stacks of money behind it, it's still better tech. It's still the way to do a, proof of stake coin, the inflation model. The whole thing is just, above and beyond anything else that's out there. And, still nobody is singing its praises. I mean, it's, it's the strangest thing.
Yeah. But I will say that, in general, like in the grand scheme of things, crypto in general is not exactly, it's not the thing right now. It's not, it's not just us, and it's not just Pulse that looks bad on charts,
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell in sentiment that when you talk to people. I mean, try talking to people that I knew and sacrificed for Pulse or PulseX about ProveX. Those were fun conversations to have. So it's like, even what you could just taste where the sentiment that is at, just in how much, what kind of input that got. So there's whether you're looking inside our stuff or other things outside our ecosystem, volume is down.
Everywhere.
Retail is down. People don't have the money to spend on this kind of stuff right now.
Yeah.
That might change. It usually does. The stuff works in cycles. So
yeah. Well, I mean, let's look at it. Look, we go all the way back to when we started, back in the days.
Oh,
and
can you see it?
We knew what the cycles were.
See what?
Okay, the Bitcoiners have the big
In the
bags.
chat.
Yeah.
Bitcoin runs up after the halvening. They look at the X's in altcoins and they move their Bitcoin into the
Oh,
altcoins.
that's right.
Bitcoin takes its dip. Altcoins go crazy. All the X's start coming. Retail goes
Howdy,
absolutely
boys.
apeshit crazy. The traders come in. The apps are running around the playgrounds where kids are buying crypto, and everybody's happy. And then the Bitcoiners go back to their Bitcoin, and that's it. And we go through our little bear market.
Cycle.
And that was predictable. Boom, 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 boom. And then we get this bear market that comes in, and instead of the Bitcoiners jumping into altcoins, they all sold their bags to the institutions, and they did it behind the scenes. They didn't move the chart. The few people that got left out of that game and didn't get to sell their Bitcoin to the BlackRocks and the Fidelities and all of them. Because I was watching it 2 years ago when they were selling that shit OTC.
That's what
I
it
was
is.
watching billions of dollars of
If
Bitcoin
you're
go from one wallet
selling,
to another. It's like, wait a minute, that kind of
if I
Bitcoin
sell
doesn't
some
move
coin to you,
into a new
that doesn't
wallet for
affect
no
the chart.
reason.
But if I sell it to
That's a big
Coinbase,
ass deal right there. And
so if more people are
that's
selling
where
to
the little run
Coinbase
happened. Everybody
than
saw that
buying
BlackRock
from
had their $1
Coinbase,
billion
that's
worth
gonna
of
affect that
Bitcoin, and
chart.
everything was. So we had that little
But
run.
if you and I and just
And
regular
then
people are trading, that
Those
doesn't
guys
mess with the
didn't
chart
run into
at all.
altcoins. The Fidelities, the BlackRocks, the
That makes
Schwabs,
sense?
and all.
No.
They didn't go into altcoins.
Nope.
And so altcoins just.
Yeah, their growth is severely depressed, and then you see now what they did go into is all sorts of new stablecoin projects that they were developing.
All the stablecoin projects got it, because that's what was coming next on the board was, okay, we're going to get stablecoin legislation, and that's where it's going to be, because the banks are in charge now. And so that's where we're at. And now I think I think for the altcoin market to move, it's going to have to be tech. It's going to have to be about the tech and the security and the privacy and the efficiency of proof of stake versus proof of work and all that stuff. And I think, that's where we're at.
Yeah,
peekaboo.
that's the best. I mean, that's what I've been hoping for from the beginning, is that there's some version of
Did you see
growth that happens from and symbiotic relationship that happens with the AI models that are coming out. Like there's like crypto seems like the necessary piece of that puzzle to make that a usable, workable model. So
just an hand coming
I'm getting tapped.
Oh, so yeah, I think that, so what I'm seeing with AI is, I always kind of like try and gauge things by how I'm feeling about it, and
how you're feeling.
do a lot of YouTube. So I go, okay, well, media's dead. YouTube's a thing. Streaming's a thing. People are going to be, moving their businesses from there to streaming. That's why I'm opening up a studio for people to come in and do their stuff. And, it's also AI infused like crazy now. So YouTube is just full of AI junk, and I don't even watch it. Like if I see something AI, I go, no, fuck that. So I'm like, okay, well, if I'm doing that, then I think a lot of other people are sick of it. And so I think there's a big bubble here with this AI thing, and AI is going to get better. So it's going to start even fooling us even more.
Yeah, I think that there's, I think the best stuff that I've found, is while it's AI assisted, there's usually like a human at the beginning and the end of it, touching stuff and doing things, getting the interview or manipulating the actual design or what the end product looks like. There has to have some kind of humanistic feel in that some way, because otherwise it's too easy for people to smell what it is and then not want to engage with it.
Yeah, I mean, do you think so? Now hear me on this one. So I think that blockchain can legitimize AI and proof it. Like, okay, this is AI, this is real right here. So you're watching real, and we can proof it on the blockchain, and maybe using blockchain for that. And then all of this power that's out there. I mean, dude, you just dropped off how many mining rigs over here? I mean, all these mining rigs. Why can't the mining rigs, why can't you have proof of stake and use that to validate, and utilize AI versus building all these big ass data centers?
Honestly, I think that's where the bubble is I've been saying for a minute,
the data centers.
Is like there's all this
bullshit,
insane growth for these AI models that you're finding now, that these people are writing code.
The data centers, I think we're still figuring out what that's going to look like.
There was they just were under the radar. The story in the time was about the restaurant that rotates that's 550 feet up. No one cared about the observation. So these things just kind of were there and then they were gone. There was they just were under the radar. Yeah. The story in the time was about the restaurant that rotates that's 550 feet up. No one cared about the observation. So these things just kind of were there and then they were gone. There was they just were under the radar. The story in the time was about the restaurant that rotates that's 550 feet up. No one cared about the observation. So these things just kind of were there and then they were gone. There was they.
You don't have to do it. You just strap it on.
Strap it on.
Strap it on to the dog.
And charge the battery.
Yeah.
A lot of people are freaking out.
So, that's that, man.
Cool.
Well, that's it. They got the effing hangout going on. Maybe I'll go jump on over there.
Yeah.
I feel like one Pulse show needs to end.
Yeah, we need it.
So thank you all for tuning in again, and maybe we'll get out here on the weekend. But until then, stay one pulse ahead.
Good night.
How big is your sack on PulseChain? How big is your sack? Heavy sack, heavy sack. How big is your sack on PulseChain? How big is your sack? Heavy sack, heavy sack. I was looking for a chain, something new, decentralized, either new. Stacking PLS6, liquidity on the decks. Somebody help me. My sack is so heavy. Get some Spark Swap, get the Dex Boss, get the GOAT token, Legion Protocol, get some P-Dye, get some P-Drip, get some Teddy Bear, get some P-Hex. You know we here for the 100X. Put your heart always with the Gucci bags. I asked you once, I asked you twice. How big is your sack on PulseChain? How big is your sack? Heavy sack, heavy sack. How big is your sack on PulseChain? How big is your sack? Heavy sack, heavy sack. It's both a blessing and a curse having a sack this big.
My sack
PulseChain.com. Awesome. It's got higher throughput. It's deflationary. It burns 25% or more of the fees. There's no inflation. It never mints new coins.
How big is your sack?
It's going to be the world's largest free airdrop. So people love free money.
How big is your sack?
And they don't like the high fees. And this addresses all those issues. It's really cool.
How big is your sack?
Could Pulse do the same 10,000x that Hex did? Yes, it could.
How big is your sack?
The likelihood of that event? I don't know.
How big is your sack?
I got a few tricks up my sleeve. I got some more cool shit coming.